Just looking at it and being bystander, you're doing something by not helping them out.
Pope Francis said he doesn't have the right to judge.
There's nobody in the LGBTQ community that is trying to add pedophilia to that community. We don't accept it at all.
Hey friends, how's it going? I'm here with
MJ.
Who are you?
I'm Alicia's friend, and I am a college student.
Gross. College. Okay, so do you want to explain what we're doing?
So we're gonna talk about the topic that's very, what's the word? Conversal, whatever it's called. I don't know. Pedophilia getting added to the LGBT community, or just in general, right?
Yeah, just in general.
Just in general. What our opinion of that is. That's pretty much what we're gonna talk about, right? Yeah. I'm pretty pedophiles.
Oh, I know that. Okay, so do you think we can make this into a series?
Oh yeah, like opinions or something? Like
yeah.
Opinions?
So,
I'm down.
yeah, like make it basically, we do a topic, say like abortion is the topic. Then we just put our opinions on that topic. So like whenever you're in town or whatever.
Yeah, I'm down.
Why you leave me?
I live out of town. Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
I'm cool. What? I know we're... But what's the definition of a child?
But yeah, that's basically what a pedophile is. Someone who's attracted to a child. Someone younger, basically, that's not of legal age. Because, for me, when I was in middle school, I didn't really care about, sexual orientation and stuff. I would just, sports.
Outside play, let's go. Outside play.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about, liking anybody. And I kind of clicked with, liking the girls. By the way, I'm gay, homosexual.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Her name's China. When I first heard about it, I heard that they're trying to get involved with, the LGBT community, and that kind of, upset me because I was like, people already give us, shit for, sorry, you don't cuss or anything.
I don't cuss myself, but...
Can I cuss?
Why have me stop you from being you?
Anyway, yeah, I was just they already give us hella good crap for it, right? So I was just thinking why they're just trying to add this up for something bad. And then I saw another tweet where it's there's straight people trying to add on to that, saying they try to make this whole thing up, saying that we were trying to
I found it.
add it, right? So these straight people are trying to make us look bad so we could actually not be as acceptable in society, because you know how all the homosexuals, trans, everyone's getting more accepted,
slowly
accepted too.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, in society,
like
right?
a turtle in rice.
Yeah, exactly. But it's getting it's getting there. You get me? Yeah. But people were I saw the thing that they're trying to put this out there to make us get a step back. You get me? Because the LGBT community is getting a really bad lash out of this, even though everyone in the community is not accepting it. Because,
I've seen a lot of tweets of that.
Yeah, and I'm just me personally, I don't feel they should be exhibitory, just because what we're doing isn't affecting anyone. Both parties are consensual. When it comes to pedophilia, it's the adults consenting to it, but the kid doesn't know what the fuck they're getting into.
Yeah, they're not capable of consent because they don't know.
They don't understand what's going on. Yeah, and then kids go along with them because they're scared, and they're not going to say anything because they're scared. They're what is this? Or they're confused, so they're going to keep on going along with it. And we've heard many cases. There's many cases. There's little kids saying that, I kept on going along with it because I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
And then a lot of Hollywood people too. The kids are it was something about the manager and saying that, I can't be working with him anymore because he's trying to get me to do things I don't want to do.
Yeah, and they're not able to because they're scared the whole time. What are they supposed to do? They don't know what to do.
And plus, they get threatened too.
Yeah, and then the people don't. And then also kids they feel they're not gonna believe. They're not gonna believe them. You know, that's why they get scared too. And they don't even tell their parents either because they feel they don't know what to do. And sometimes it's for their own family too, so they don't know what the fuck's happening.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Get me? And there's a lot of cases too.
I actually have one of my friends that told me about it. One time they were at a party and it happens.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. It's just crazy. And then
are we talking about rape now?
No, it's still
Same thing,
pedophilia.
yeah.
Because like, it's the same thing, but
if you're acting on it,
yeah,
because it's not consent. Yeah, I see.
it's gonna be rape no matter what. Like no matter what gets into it, like even if you feel like the little kid consents, whatever, like they don't really consent. They're little kids, so it's gonna be rape no matter what you do.
Yeah, and then there's a thing where people are saying that they're not. They're trying to have them accepted to the LGBTQ because it's like also like not like normal and all that, and like the LGBTQ is not normal at all, like not even close to being normal. But
I mean, like that's different though, because like you said, I think like you said that like everyone in the LGBT community is like
they can act on it. They can actually be with somebody that they love. But see, with pedophilia, if you accept that into the LGBTQ, then it's giving the idea that they can act out on who they love, like children and stuff, and that's not okay. With parents, uncles, aunts that have children, anyone that has a children, or a little younger sibling.
Yeah, like, and then I don't feel like it's like okay at all, because like no matter who, like even if they feel like they're welcome, like even if like okay, say like it is like an orientation, right? Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, and then like everyone's being more like accepted to it, but they still can't act on it. But if they're gonna feel more accepted in society, they're gonna feel like they're gonna be able to act on it.
Yeah, and then that's the problem too, because if they feel like they're accepted, then they're like, oh, okay, that means,
well, if I'm accepted, I'm gonna do this and not be okay with it.
Yeah. But then there's laws too that say no, you can't.
Yeah, I know.
But then there's a thing with laws. Some laws get changed over the years because as a society we grow and change.
Yeah.
So that is a top concern to me and maybe you too, and mostly a lot of parents too.
When you get, because like I have little brothers and stuff, and like little cousins and stuff like that. I don't want them growing up like and being able like the laws change, right? So this could actually happen. You don't want that. And then, like when I'm older, I want kids, obviously. And I don't want them to go out there and I have to worry about like that stuff. Like
I know what you're saying too. But like the thing is, I just remember a video I just watched on Twitter. It was earlier, and like it was just how it was easy enough to get it, like a kid just get snatched by somebody.
Oh shit, I saw that.
I saw that. Yeah. And then the one that made me like almost like cry was the one that she got her child back.
The one
she was holding her other baby, and
I was like,
and like the other kids didn't have a chance.
Yeah, and then a lot of kids go to the person. Did you see like most kids went to the person?
Yeah.
They thought like something was happening. Like they're like, oh. Mm-hmm. So like if that's gonna happen easily, like what makes you think that they're not gonna go to someone?
That like there's so many things that happen with children.
And then but like I also saw another video on Twitter, and this guy was going in the restroom, right? And he like I guess he was acting like he was a kid by picking his like legs up on the toilet. Mm-hmm. And some other like old man went on the floor to look up at the person, and he was like, dude, I caught you, like why are you laying on the floor? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, and he like left the restroom. And like think about that, like if they're doing that now because they're talking about it, and they feel like they're able to do that, like once they, what if like the law changes? Like you can't even take your kid, you can't even let your kid go to the restroom by themselves.
Yeah, there's no, in their heads, I feel like they have no control of themselves doing that. Like they need to build control, and I think like
it's but it's kind of dumb though too. Like it's like saying. Because like if they can't control that, it's like saying like a person can't control someone. Like even if they're straight person, gay person, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Like if you're trying someone, you're not gonna go on in front like, oh, I like that person, I'm gonna fuck them no matter what, even if they don't want like. Oh yeah, even if they don't want consent. That's what I'm saying. Like no matter what your orientation is, you have withhold to it. You don't see like there's obviously straight people that do it, but they always get like go to like jail and shit. Mm-hmm. But if you're a straight person, and you see a girl and you want to fuck them. Same with girls and fucking with guys. If you see a hot guy, and they say no, like, you fucking back away. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, and then people just don't know how to stop. And that's the thing that we need to teach people. Like, because, like, in school, they're obviously teaching you to, like, hey, dress this way. Because, like, they can't control themselves. And, like, you need to be able to control yourself for them to control themselves. Yeah. And that does not make any sense to me at all. Because in order to control yourself, you need to it's all you. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what.
Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm gay, right? So I'm not going to, if some girl walks by with fucking her tits out and, like, her fucking, her boobs out, I'm not going to fucking be like, I'm gonna fuck you. If you say no, I don't give a shit. You're wearing that. You get me? Like,
yeah, that makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. Like I'm not gonna
you're basically blaming your actions on somebody else, and that's not taking responsibility for yourself, and that makes you a child mentally.
Exactly, because you should be able to control yourself no matter what. There's even little kids. It's like freaking like eating food too. Like you control yourself not eating that. You get me?
Yeah, and then like say like you some kid in front of you has like a food that you want. you don't just
fucking snatch it.
Some people when think about it now, some little kids like take it, little bullies.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what that's what
they grow. They grow though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as a kid though, but if you're gonna be an adult and be
See, I think they haven't gotten any consequences for what they've done. Yeah. So that's why they think it's okay. So they do it over and over again.
Consequences though,
like
they stop.
Yeah, like and but perfect example. 13 Reasons Why. What's his name? Bruce.
I didn't see the second one, but go on.
Is his name Bruce?
Which one?
The one that.
Oh, the bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, so he's rich, white, obviously, like has so many perks and all that.
And he kept on doing what
he kept doing what he was doing because nobody spoke up about it and said it was wrong.
Yeah.
And he didn't know himself personally that it was wrong
because
until
no one told him shit.
Yeah, until people like started like saying things until Hannah died and said things about it. Exactly. And then that's when he's like, oh crap. And like now he knows. Like, have you seen the recent seasons?
I haven't seen the recent seasons.
Well, I'm just gonna say, like, he just has a little bit more control than he did in the beginning. Just like kind of
consequences, and that's the same thing. Like, but then that's what I'm saying though. Like, with pedophilia, like you are the one that's in control of that. Like, if you have that fucking orientation, I don't give a fuck if you have the orientation. Like, you fucking do that shit, but you can't do that with other little kids.
Yeah, see, the thing is, people are like, they're like, oh, if you do what you want, like, it's not affecting me. But like,
no, not that. Like, everything, like, of like being gay, being straight, all that shit. You can do whatever you want. That's not gonna hurt no one. But being a pedophile, that hurts somebody.
That's what I was getting to. Yeah, that's what I was
it hurts a little kid. Like, they get traumatized. And it also damages their body too. Like,
yeah,
they're not ready to like.
Yeah, it's not like that. The reason why they're not on puberty is because their body cannot function that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because puberty is basically saying, "Oh, I'm ready to make more people,"
and then it starts exactly
lying.
But little kids can't do that, you know, and then like they can't consent to it, and like everyone's like, oh, it's not affecting me, like it's gonna affect you.
It affects like everyone, like
like it's fucking because like, there's little kids everywhere. You have a niece, you have fucking cousins, you're gonna have one day have your own kids. You're gonna have a neighbor across the street that has a little girl that's gonna be that lives in your life. Like, there's always gonna be some little kid out there that's gonna be affected by this if this becomes a normal thing. Yeah,
the thing is, like how you get bullied, and like they like say like they beat them up and stuff, like they get bullied, and you just looking at it and being bystander, you're doing something by not helping them out. Exactly. So like with the children is the same thing. You're just being a bystander and not helping them out. Yeah, like, because they're literally in pain.
Yeah, and they get traumatized and all this shit.
Case closed. That's it.
Yeah, if you fucking like honestly, like I don't support it like at all. Like that's my opinion.
It's getting
it's getting kind of dark out here.
And when I had a meal, MJ's sister, probably seen me in other videos.
I'm Chinese Banks. I'm Lydia's girlfriend.
Wow, you're so popular, dude.
Feel about pedophilia?
Like 99.9% of the time, like it's like completely like non-consensual, and like a lot of times it's between like family members, and it's just disgusting, and it leaves all kind of like scars and stuff, like on people that create like a lot of like, you know, like health problems or possibly, or not health problems, but like mental health problems like later on, like in the future. So I think it is disgusting and it is horrible and it needs to be stopped. It needs, like, people need to stop kind of like brushing it off in a way, because like a lot of people these days think like if someone says like they got like raped or something like that, like people kind of brush it off and say like, oh, other people are afraid to speak about it because other people brush it off and make it seem like it's not important, when it is so important. And I think we need to like bring more like light like onto that and stop brushing it aside.
If I say this wrong and offend you guys, I'm sorry, but it's like how people say being gay or lesbian is a disease, when it's not a disease. It's just a person with their own liking and their own, it's who they are. They're the same person. But I feel like pedophilia is a disease, just like being addicted to drugs is a disease, just like being depressed is a type of disease. But I definitely don't think it makes you a person. Not like you're not. It's not like they're not human, but it's definitely a disease that needs to be pointed out and not included into a group of people that are being accepted for who they are. Being a pedophile shouldn't make you feel like you're accepted. Like, I'm sorry if this offends anyone. I don't really care, but
I don't agree.
it's, you're not included, you're not accepted because of like how China said, like, most of the time these kids don't give consent, and that's rape. Like, legit, that's rape, and that's what leads to so many kids growing up traumatized. That's what leads to so many kids committing suicide and just thinking they're never going to be enough because they were raped as a child and they were taught that it's whatever. Like, being, like, pedophilia can lead into so many discussions, including rape and children just growing up traumatized, and then that leads to depression and that leads to suicide. I just think pedophilia isn't a good idea, and children are so small, they don't know what the idea of loving someone else is. They know the idea of love for God, of love for their parents, of love for their family or friends, but they don't have the idea of love towards a significant other, let alone someone who's 30 years older than them. So, yeah.
Okay, so that, like, I absolutely do not accept that being a part of the LGBTQ community, because queer people are basically another, like, minority. They're just, like, a group of people that just are, like, the way they are. They're basically a minority because they're not accepted, and they're looked at like something is wrong with them, the way a lot of, you know, like, Caucasian people look at, like, basically anybody that's not white. And so that's the rep that LGBTQ people get. They look at, that people look at them like there's something, like, wrong with them just because of something natural about them. And there is nothing natural or nothing right about, you know, like, rape. There's nothing right about it at all. Being queer is something that you are born with. That is just, like, the way you are. There's nothing you can do to change that or control that. And also, most importantly, being queer doesn't hurt anybody else. If somebody doesn't like you because of, like, you know, like, who you like or, like, what your preference is, it literally, like, doesn't, like, affect anybody else except, like, you. You know, like, if you like someone, it only affects you and, like, the person that you like. You know, like, raping someone, you know, affects them, and it affects everybody around them, and it affects them for the rest of their lives, because they are usually, you know, like, afraid to, like, be physical with, like, whoever they do end up with. They have all kind of trust issues. They feel like there is something wrong with them. They usually feel disgusting about themselves. It leads to so many, you know, like, mental health issues, and just like Anna said, like, you know, it can lead to depression and suicide and stuff, and that is a huge problem, and that affects not only, like, that person, but it affects everybody else around them who's trying to help them, and the people that love them and care about them, because they're obviously concerned about them. So pedophilia leads to a bunch of different issues, while as being queer is just, like, who somebody is, just like how someone is black or somebody is white. That doesn't affect anybody in any kind of negative way, and if it does, then that's, you know, their problem, not, you know, the individuals.
How I said before, pedophilia is a disease. How China was saying, like, you're born being gay, you're born being lesbian, you're born feeling a certain type of way, but with pedophilia, it's basically, like how I said, it's rape. Like, it's a disease. It's not who you are. And it's basically rape, how I said before. And I can say this for pedophiles, I can say this for men and women. Rape is not okay. If someone does not give you consent, even saying nothing, it's not okay. It's, how I said before, this topic about pedophilia can lead into a broad spectrum of a discussion with rape, with depression, with suicide. Like, it's not okay. Like, you just don't focus on the fact of it's older men or older women being attracted to younger children. It's also the fact of the things that bring onto it. Like, if you guys if they make pedophilia part of the LGBT community, there's going to be a higher number of teens depressed, as it is. There's already so many teens depressed in our generation. There's going to be a higher rising of suicides. There's going to be a higher rising of more hate on the LGBT community. And how China said, like, they're a minority, just like Mexicans, just like blacks, just like Native Americans. Like, they're a minority. And pedophilia is not considered a minority. It's not human nature. It's not human nature for a 4-year-old. It's not human nature for a 9-year-old child to be being raped. It's not okay, but it sadly happens in our society. It's in no means okay. And it's just not human nature. It's not human nature for a 4-year-old or a 9-year-old to be going through that kind of stuff. So pedophilia is not in any means like how it's a disease. It is. It's a disease. You can be diagnosed being a psychopath. I'm sorry, but those two things are about the same level. Because in what right mind, if you're a 40-year-old, in what right mind does it go through your head of going for a 4-year-old child who still has innocence in them, who knows nothing about anything about sexual stuff? Like, seriously? Okay, I'm losing my breath. Pedophilia is not okay, and it should not be considered in the LGBT community. Like, they've already have so much hate, and like it's horrible. Like, I'm a full-on Catholic. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but like Pope Francis said, he doesn't have the right to judge. The head of our Catholic Church said he does not have the right to judge the LGBT community. So what right does it make us? We are under him. We are not equal to him. Pope Francis is higher to us because he's closer to God than we are. And he said, who are we to judge? So that's why I'm coming to the fact that we can't judge the LGBTQ community because that's who they are. But when it comes to pedophilia, it's like someone being murdered. Because rape is a crime. No matter what our governors say, no matter what lawyers say, no matter what the Congress says, rape is a crime. And pedophilia should be considered a crime.
Okay, so just to speak for everybody in the queer community, none of us are trying to add pedophilia to the LGBTQ spectrum. So this is coming from other people that are hating on the queers, and they want to add that. So we have more of a negative connotation to anyone else who is ignorant to what the queer community actually is. There is nobody in the LGBTQ queer community that is trying to add pedophilia to that community. We don't accept it at all.
Yeah, like I said, that's not my opinion. Is I don't support it at all. If that's what you do, in your head, keep that shit in your head. I don't want to fucking hear about it. I don't want to I don't want to hear you saying I like to fucking think about kids and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Keep that shit in your head and don't do it. Cause there's little kids out there, you know. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm sorry. That's case closed for me, you know.
No, I honestly I 100% agree. You said literally everything that I would have said too.
Yeah, cause
it doesn't, for me. I don't understand how a person can say I'm in love with that child right there.
It's a little kid.
It's
you feel I'm in love with them, that's my fucking family, I love them.
Yeah.
You can't be love, lust. It's
over.
lust.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's lust. It's not love at all.
It's not love at all.
It's lust.
Uh-huh.
Because once they get older, have you seen? If you watch Law and Order special, based on unit, they show you once they get older, they're no use.
Exactly.
They're get out of here.
Exactly. So
and then they're what the heck? What do I do?
Once you become an adult, once you become a teenager and an adult, you're gonna fucking get rid of them because you don't like them no more.
Yeah.
It's all lust. It's not love.
There's a lot of examples on Law and Order. They literally watched the show Law and Order. The whole season, the whole TV show in general is it has a lot of things in it. So the thing is, there was this one where they had a basement where the children are stuck inside of it and they can't get out. Or it was this one girl? There's a basement it was like a playroom and stuff. And there's this one child in there and never got out. And one day they escaped and they don't know what to do. And I remember another one where the kid turned 16, and then they went into the real world. They don't know what to do.
But yeah, because they've been staying there.
Yeah, they've been in there for their whole life, and that's basically
done.
Their life's done.
I said before, it is lust.
It's lust. It's
because
not love.
It's
because
not
if it's love,
they
would still been with them.
Exactly, and you can't compare it to the LGBT community because when you're a lesbian, you love that person, you abort that person, you're gonna marry that person, you're gonna die loving that person.
Are you gonna do it?
Oh yeah.
Good.
You know, that's.
You're yeah.
Yeah, that's you love the person. You get me?
Love, not just in the LGBTQ, even straight people, all kinds of different people.
Yeah, exactly.
There are two people that are around the same age that are in love will be there Yeah, we'll be there till the
No matter
end.
if you get old,
Like,
no matter if you break a leg.
Divorce isn't even an option.
It's not. It's fucking out of here. Like, it's out the
honestly,
window.
like for me, it's not an option. It's like
not,
too bad.
If we fight, we're gonna fucking fight.
Like,
We're gonna like. This is what, dude. I learned this shit from Blackish, right? So if you're gonna like, the only like thing to like keep in relationships, you always choose to keep on falling in love with that person.
Yeah, that's why love is a choice. But once you fall in love, that's when you can't control who you fall in love with.
Yeah, exactly.
But like when you love a person, you choose to love them. Like I love you, I choose to love you.
I love you too, man. Fuck. Emotions. But yeah, but like, yeah, exactly. But pedophile, though, you just like the kid, and then when they get older, it's gone. Lust. It's not love. It's lust.
Yeah.
So you can't control that, and that's not love. Is love. That's lust over there. You gotta.
Love is love is completely
over here.
different.
This is lust, and let's get the fuck out of here.
The definition for me that I see it, love is love for another person and a human being.
And you always gonna have love for that.
Yeah.
And like no matter what happens, you'll have love for that person. You get me? Like you fall in love with that person, but with the pedophilia, it's just lust.
Christians believe that people that are part of the LGBT community are sinful when it's love, and the love for God and the love for love your neighbor, love thy neighbor. It is in the 10 Commandments, love thy neighbor. That is not a sin. That is something that we have to live by. And how my sister said, like, pedophilia is straight up lust. And being in the retreats that I've been to and saying how, of course, you know, like, no sex before marriage, you can't do all this and that because it's a sin, and that's lust. That's straight up lust, and lust is the sin. Pedophilia is a sin. LGBT community is not a sin. It's just a man loving a woman. It's a woman loving a woman, a man loving a man. It's love. You're loving your neighbor. We're all supposed to end up with someone at the end of our lives. Like, God has our story already written out. We just follow the footsteps that He writes for us. So no matter how much hate I get for saying this, the LGBT community is not a sin. We love our neighbor. We are destined to be with the person that we're supposed to be with, no matter who it is. No matter if it's a man or a woman, if you're a man or a woman. Then that's just how it is. So Christians who call it a sin, love isn't a sin. Lust is a sin.
I was just going to say that I remember looking at a study. I don't remember what study, but a study showed that over 50% of the world's population at some point in their life goes through like a queer experience, whether that means you're like queer like as an individual or you like go through some sort of like weird phase in college or something like that. So, well, not weird phase, just like you go through like a phase in college and you realize you're like straight or something. But anyway, that just goes to show that if over half the world's population has like gone through some sort of like queer experience, then it's not unnatural. And that's what like a lot of like religious people will say, like, oh, it's unnatural, but if like half, like over half of the entire world has gone through it, it can't be unnatural because that's like over half of the population. So that doesn't make any sense that it would be unnatural. And love is just like the people that like you like date or whoever it is that you're like with. It's like a part, kind of like Anna was saying, like at the end, like we're all supposed to like have someone. And so like you like dating someone or falling in love with someone or falling out of love with someone, that's a part of your journey to like find whoever it is that you're meant to be with. So, and that's like what the whole like journey of like love is, what it's supposed to be, no matter how good or bad it is, but it's a part of the journey. And pedophilia is not a journey of love. Like it's just like pleasure in a way, but it's pleasure that someone else gets by not, you know, disregarding and completely demeaning another human being and taking advantage of them and using them, obviously, like without their consent, and that causes so much pain and hurt, and that's why like it's such a big problem, and it has nothing to do with like the queer community.
So, the whole video is probably gonna be long, but the only parts I'm gonna cut out is what we repeated. But like, I think
everything
most
was
likely,
pretty valid, and we didn't
yeah.
really
And if we did repeat it, I think it was there's
it made a point to it. Yeah, exactly.
See, like so it wasn't wasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last fruit in the fruit bowl, you eat it. It's not wasteful.
Exactly.
Dang, am I that smart?
Like,
Yeah. Pedophilia is lust, and love is love.
Yeah, and that's just how it is. And you're not gonna get accepted to the LGBT community. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen.
And if
Actually,
it does,
not sorry.
If it does, then
I'm not part of the LGBT community.
that's me throwing a lighter on myself.
Yeah, I'm deuces. But honestly though, like, if they like are not gonna get accepted, like that's just how it is.
I don't think they are either.
If so many people are saying no, like it's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
It's a democracy, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Well, it can be corrupted.
It could be corrupted,
It
but
could,
the person that's
yeah.
corrupted.
I don't
It's not
think.
that
I don't think
corrupted.
I think the majority of people are gonna say no, and if there is a bill for it, then they're gonna say no. Unless they're like, let them do what they want.
I mean, for the laws and everything, like our country is democratic. So even straights and Christians and all that shit, gays are gonna be like, nah.
Oh yeah.
Like the only one's gonna say yes to pedophiles. Dude, what if this is like a fucking test?
Of what?
Like, what if they like do the law right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, it's like, oh, this is the law, and everyone that says yes, you're gonna get registered as sex offenders.
What the? That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
For what if that's like how they catch every sex offender in the United States?
Dude. That's actually pretty smart when
That
you
is
think about it,
smart as
because like a lot of them are hidden well.
Yeah.
And they go on the dark web. Dark web's
Damn.
scary.
Bruh, mind blown, explosion.
Exposed.
Exposed. Government, we caught you.
30 minutes. It's gonna be 40.
I mean,
This is our shortest conversation we've ever had about something.
Honestly, yeah, we usually take like hours.
I
And
think
we had
so.
the same mindset exactly.
I think so.
Because usually,
I don't
like, we
know.
do agree with everything, but like we have
We
different points.
we still disagree on some things.
Well, not really. You just add more points to it. Like you add your one, I'm like, fuck you right, and then like I add stuff, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that's just how it is.
So
but,
we
like,
don't.
next time though, we won't talk about it at all before.
Oh yeah, but we don't know what the next topic is gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Until like
Tune
we're
in
like,
next time.
ooh,
We gotta have like a name for this shit.
I don't know what to call it.
I don't know.
Well, this is MJ, as you already know. I'll put the social medias to her thingies in the description below. What the? Well, that's it for this video. If you guys liked, leave a like. And if you enjoyed it, leave a smiley face.
Comment if you want to make us talk about another topic.
Comment of what topic you want us to talk about next.
Deuces, see you in our next topic.
Yeah, see you in the next topic of the topics. That's it for this video. Peace out. I choose the band. Unfollow me on
Like,
Instagram.
your personal?
My personal.
Damn.
And everything else. So they follow.
Wait, did they unfollow me?
I don't know. You wanna check?
How
Check.
do I know? Damn.
Exposed! All loud. I had my hand a little bit.
You unfollowed me, man.
Wow. They follows Q? They follow Q? They don't even hang out with Q.
Artesia,
Wow.
why are you playing me like that? I've been to more shows than Q has.
They don't follow you. They don't follow me. That's how
I'm your friend.
I know. Wow. Who was there for you at band? Who hung out with you at that band?
I mean, it's cool.
My heart.
I'm not hurt or anything.
I am.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, when I first heard about it,
Oh, wait, did you do research?
oh, fuck. I didn't do research.
You're supposed to.
Dude, I've been busy.
You had one job.
busy.
I've been busy.
I've been busy too.
I've been busier.
I haven't been here at all. Every time I text you, remember?
Same. I think I can find one.
You can find something on the internet, hell easily.
Okay. I'm not easy.
I apologize for the delay of our actual stories.
Is this what all millennials do when they're hanging out?
Yeah. Jesus in the background.
What
Y'all need Jesus.
is it? Isn't it like not teenagers? It's like little kids, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like it just depends on the
what?
person too. Because there's also like people that are 24 that go for 16-year-olds, but they don't think that's pedophilia, even though it really is. That's why they keep us people like trying to catch cases. How to identify a pedophile?
Oh, I gained some muscle weight,
You told me.
like 1 pound. Oh yeah, and I can kick the ball across the field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? You heard it here first.
Or second. Because I told you first.
You told me first. Second.
Numbers.
So
Yes,
make sure they
I'm
heard it.
professional.
We're doing a video. Shut up. Okay.
Oh, what if
A
there's
young
actually like
human-
people clapping? And then like,
Ooh. So basically, I feel like we always have the same opinion though.
well, yeah.
I don't ever wanna think again if it feels like this.